Alright, hi everybody. This is Bankai922 with this week's Bleach review. Bleach 462. The name of this review is going to be called Bleach 462 Review Why Orihime So Sad. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to just... A lot of more or less things happened in this chapter. So I'm going to go by my iPad. And basically it starts off, first Chief substitute Shinigami, and Hitsugaya once again is telling Ichigo about when Kitaki gave it to him and told him that it is deemed to be positive value to the Soul Society. If the substitute is deemed to be positive value to the Soul Society, we give him this. And Hitsugaya is basically telling him this was meant to be given to Ginjo. He was the first. And then we go on to and he says, damn right, you better exist this. If I had taken your powers, I would have been dead by now, blah, blah, blah. And then we get the title page. Why me sad? And we go from there, and it's just Orihime basically saying Kurosaki-kun was crying, and she says, we're best friends. What fairy tale are you living in? But her mind's fucked up, so. Yeah. And then why did it happen like this? I love seeing season. He was so kind to me. He corrected me. He was looked up to me. He asked my life. That's what I thought. But why? But why? And then you have the page with Orihime cry and says, "Why do I feel so much pain when Kurosaki cries? It's painful. It's unbearable. My head, my heart, and tummy all hurt." And then it says, "Don't cry, Kurosaki. Don't cry. Please don't cry." And then you have the page with Ichigo there, and she says, "Kurosaki, thank God he's not crying." And then another page, and she thinks everybody came here to stop Ichigo. That's the craziest thing. And then Chad says, "Oh, it's as if they're here to kill Ginjo. They're here that they're on Ichigo's side. They didn't come here to stop Ichigo." And then you got stupid, creepy motherfucker in the woods, like Fun was saying, creepy guy in the woods. Tsukishima, who are you two? Is there something you're sure of? Stupid fuck. And he says, don't you trust your memories with me? Chad, he says, "Chad, who gave you that pendant?" Last I checked, the pendant was given to Chad by that guy in the beginning of the show. So this is all stupid. And it says Tsukishima. And then there's this conversation between Tsukishima and Ginjo, and he's saying to him, "Don't shove in great details this late. They'll become useless. You remember how many people you've broken like that, don't you?" And then Orihime's saying, "It feels so weird. But I trust you." And then Ginjo says, "Shit." And at that moment, here comes Kisuke and Ishin. Knocks them out. "I'm so glad we made it." And Ishin makes a comment. He's like, "I think you've got the better deal out of the two of us." Because he's carrying Chad. It's a joke, and he's carrying Orihime. So. And now we have this confrontation between Tsukishima and Kisuke. And he says, "Thanks to losing him up, it wouldn't have been easy to knock them out. Thank you very much. The game, they won't have to suffer any longer." And then it says, "Ginjo, Fullbringers are in." And it says, "My word, as I thought, this is an outrage. Taking each son's powers for yourself, Ginjo? Hey," and then Yuruka saying, "Hey, Guriko, that's right, we promised to share, didn't we?" And then, just to warn you guys, and this is the funny thing, Yuruka says, "I don't need Ichigo's powers. Fucking A. You guys are loud." Then what does Ginjo do? He strikes them all. You don't have to yell, "I was going to give you Ichigo's powers anyway." Oh, this is it. No, I don't. And Yuruka doesn't want it. And in the last page we see they all have it. And it says, "Stolen power. All-out war commences." Okay. I was originally going to give this 4 out of 5 hollow icons. I changed my mind. Now, this review will not end After I do this review, I'm going to do 2 more videos. One on Orihime, and another on Ginjao and Tsukishima. My thoughts. I've already got a comment from Multi-Godzilla. He says that it's fallen, this chapter. This chapter sucks, so on and so forth. Here's what I want to know. If everybody is saying this chapter sucked because of Orihime, I have only this to tell you. Listen, I'm a huge Orihime fan. I'm sorry, but I'm a huge fan of her. I'm sorry. I came out and said it. Huge fan of her. She's useless. Okay, fine. Let's move on. This chapter sucked because of one reason. And one reason only. Ginjao, Tsukishima, you're horrible villains. You're not good villains. You suck. Move over, move over, move over. I say, let Kenpachi, Byakuya, Hitsugaya, Renji, and Igaku fight these Fullbringers and kill them. That's what I say. It wasn't... like I said, I don't want to go into this too much. But the whole point of this chapter was just to reiterate what was said in the last chapter. And we now get to see Tsukishima, the creepy motherfucker. And by the way, you know what Tsukishima is? He's Steve Urkel. Who the fuck wears suspenders?
Oh yeah, I'm a sophisticated guy with my big suspenders.
Give me a fucking break. Now, like I said, I'm giving this 3.5 out of 5 hollow icons. It was okay. And no phone's gonna comment on this. Listen, phone. That's the way I am. When I first started watching this show, who was one of the very first characters I saw? Okay, it was Ichigo, Rukia, and Orihime. It is as simple as that. In the beginning, I fell in love with this character. Just the way she presented herself. She's useless. Everybody knows that. However, if you all go back to episode 271, when Ichigo got shot by Ulquiorra, if Orihime never shows up, do you think Ichigo comes out of it? Do you think he wakes up after that blast? Think about it. But I will say this chapter with Orihime, it's kind of stupid. But it brings up the point that their minds are so fucked up. They don't know what's going on. But I am going to do 2 more videos. One on Ginjao and Tsukishima called Ginjao and Tsukishima, What the Fuck Are Your Motives? And another video called Orihime, Character Development - Kubo. What the fuck? Or we'll just call it Orihime Character Development. Orihime - Kubo, Where's the Fucking Character Development? So those are the other 2 videos I'm going to do. It's good to see Orihime, it's good to see Tsukishima, but the fact of the matter is now we're all set for this battle that's going to go on between Tsukishima and Kisuke. You know Kisuke's got something up his sleeve. You know he's going to find a way to bring them back to normal. And the Fullbringers and the Slaughterers. And Ichigo against Ginjao. I guess Rukia is just going to stay in there, but man, a lot of people didn't like this chapter. A lot. Multi-Godzilla said it failed. I'm giving it a fair chance. I'm trusting this. But here is what I want to happen in the next arc. Isaac breaks out of prison. He resurrects the Espada. Not all of them, a few. He resurrects Grimmjow, Ulquiorra, Noitora, the ones that gave Ichigo problems. Resurrects them. He resurrects the Exekias. He sends them to Karakura Town. He kidnaps Ichigo's sisters, his friends. And immediately, and Orihime, there is the little character development there. That's what I want to see happen. Tell me what you guys think. You think that's what should happen? Because I want to see that happen. Full-on Aizen breaks out, and he kidnaps his sisters. It's like a full-on thing. along with the Soul King involved as well. Hell, maybe the Soul King makes an announcement. Kill Aizen and execute Ichigo Kurosaki. Tell what you guys think. Comments below. It's been Bankai 922. This chapter was okay, but a lot of people didn't like it. Listen, I'm an Orihime fan. I'll say it again. I love this character. I'm sorry, but I love her. If Kubo knows what's good for him, he'll put some character development in her before I get angry.